gentlemen, and welcome to the Lynn Farrell Arena at the Osborne Family Complex for Game 6 of the Heartland Holiday Hoops Classic, featuring the Osceola Bulldogs and Hastings St. Cecilia Blue Hawks. And now let's get your starters for the Blue Hawks. Number 3, a 5'11" junior, Jensen Anderson. Number 5, a 5'10" senior, Cooper Butler. Number 12, a 6'1" senior, Hayden Demuth. Number 14, a 6'1" senior, Heartland Kodlacic. And number 30, a 6'2" junior, Braxton Wiles. The Blue Hawks are coached by Ryan Ripka and Scott Rosno. And now, the starters for the Osceola Bulldogs. Number 3, a 6'1" senior, Isaiah Zelosny. Number 11, a 5'10" sophomore, Colby Newyear. Number 14, a 6'1" senior, Caleb Peterson. Number 21, a 6'5" junior, Cale Gustafson. And number 31, a 5'7" freshman, Maria Santos. The Bulldogs are coached by Jason Zelosny, assisted by Bob Zelosny and Matt Gillespie. Your officials, Cody Emo, Chad Gillespie, and Marty Roxel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play.
5 games down, 2 to go here in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic as Osceola, the Bulldogs, are ready to tip off against St. Cecilia and the Blue Jays. The Bulldogs 5-0, 3-3 for the St. Cecilia Blue Jays. John Willis along with Tony Chapman with you on Strive TV for our final 2 games of the night, C2 versus D2. In this one, as the Blue Hawks start out their first offensive possession as they kick it out in the left corner. Here's a 3 on its way. Left it a little bit short was Hayden Demuth. Fight for the ball. Demuth is able to jump on it, trying to rebound it back up, and now they're able to kick it back out and reset their offensive possession. This is a St. Cecilia Blue Hawks team, 3-3 so far in the season in C2. They were 18-8 last season. They're averaging 41 points per game so far this year in this young season. Here's Jensen Anderson, swings it over to Butler. Butler top of the key, back out Jensen Anderson. Just about 45 seconds into this opening quarter. In our final 2 games, first of our final 2, we'll have an undefeated matchup between Amherst and Adams Central in our final game of the day. Here's Kodlacic, pass inside. It was a little too far, picked off by Cale Gustafson. Gustafson will be a player to watch out for, 19 points per game so far this season as he carries it on the right wing.
Zone look here, 1-3-1 for the Blue Hawks. John, see how Osceola attacks. I expect this one to be a grinder. These teams probably not going to get to 50, I don't think, in this one. We'll see how it goes.
Also, another player to watch out for Osceola is Isaiah Zelosny, 23 points per game, 5 rebounds. We'll see a foul that'll go against Hayden Demuth, the 6'1" senior. It's our first foul of the contest. You mentioned we're a minute and a half into it. Both teams with only 1 possession and no points early on in this one. Probably how we'll see a lot of this game go.
Yeah, a little matchup, kind of 1-3-1 into a 2-3 zone for Osceola, trapping in the corner, so they're going to have to handle that. And when you mentioned Zelosny, one of the best Class D athletes in the state, a track commit to Northwest Missouri State.
Caleb Peterson misses the jumper, so now St. Cecilia to work it the other way with Butler. Butler pass up top to Hayden Demuth as they try to feed it inside, hesitating on the left block as Braxton Wiles couldn't get the shot to go. It was waved off, and they will now inbound from their baseline.
Looks like you've got a nice little advantage there with Wiles. They're trying to get the lane all the way open for him. If you're watching the Blue Hawks, of course, 14, Carson Kodlacic, their outstanding quarterback from this fall, an all-state quarterback for St. Cecilia.
Here's a 3-pointer from the left corner from Wiles. It rims off. And now Osceola to work it the other way from right to left. They kick it out in the left corner. Here's a 3-pointer from Santos, and he puts that one in. Braxton Santos, the 5'7" freshman, puts the Bulldogs on the board for the first time tonight.
The little guy, the diaper dandy with a big tree from the corner. Coach Zelosny's got to love that one. Shot it with confidence.
Only averaging 2 points per game, so he's already above his season average here tonight as Cooper Butler trying to drive inside. He kicks it out in the left corner. Here's Demuth trying to drive inside, kicks it out back to Jensen Anderson. Anderson driving all the way, left-handed scoop layoff off the glass goes for Jensen Anderson, the 5'11 junior.
A good drive there, really strong to the basket.
So now they work this one up the floor with New Year. Kelby New Year, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging 5 points per game on this young season, as there's a layup by Cale Gustafson. Going to call his name a lot tonight as well. He gets his first bucket of the game, 5-2 Bulldogs.
Yeah, all-state caliber talent for Coach Zelazny. Just a junior, real physical. Good steal there by Zelazny.
Zelazny will take it coast to coast. He lays it up and in with the right hand, and suddenly a 5-point lead for Osceola. 3 minutes into the first quarter. A nice start for the Bulldogs. As Jensen Anderson will walk this one up the floor. 2 points for him, the only 2 points so far in the contest, as Jensen Anderson will pull from the left wing, and that one missed everything. The defensive rebound goes to Cale Gustafson. Now the other way, here come the Bulldogs. They kick it over in the right corner. Working around, that one was tapped out of bounds by the Blue Hawks, so possession will stay with Osceola's. We'll see our first substitution with Grant Rossow checking into the game, along with Graham Daly.
Be interesting to see how Osceola continues to attack that. They're trapping in that coffin corner down there, and it's been not great so far for the Bulldogs because they're a little shorter down there. So we'll see if they can try to keep it out of the corner here.
Santos throws this one in, throws it into New Year, who works at the top of the key. 4.5 minutes left to play in the first. He steps inside, loses the ball. It's poked away and stolen. Now on the fast break, here comes Kudlacek going coast to coast, lays it up and in with the right hand. Now quickly the other way goes Zelazny. Tries to pass it into Gustafson. Working in the low post. He's able to answer with a layup of his own. He's got 4 first quarter points.
Great push there. Just as I said, this might not get to 40. We're just up and down here, right, John?
It seems to be the announcer's jinx that we've had, not just this game, but all the games so far here today, as they work this one around. Here's Cooper Butler, who has it on the right wing. This St. Cecilia team, again, a team that doesn't score a lot of points, only averaging 41 so far per contest. As Daly has it, pass in the right corner. He's got Cooper Butler. They work it back up top, straight on 3, left it short was Damuth, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Hawks, so the Bulldogs take over, up by 5 with 3:42 remaining in the first quarter. You also see Braxton Mestel checking the game. The 6'4 sophomore is averaging 2 points and 2 rebounds so far per contest for Osceola.
It looks like Quinn Rosno, too, here, 10-4. St. Cecilia just checked in, too. So 8 in so far for the Blue Hawks.
New Year kicks it to Gustafson, who works on the right elbow, now works it in the corner. Here's a three-pointer from the left corner. An air ball from Santos, but an offensive rebound put back by Gustafson. He was fouled, so Cale Gustafson will head to the free throw line.
Cale Gustafson is a dude in there. He's going to be physical with you. He's really good with the basketball. And they can bring him, as you've seen, they can bring him out on the perimeter, and he can drive at you, too, which makes him really, really difficult to defend.
He's a 62% free throw shooter so far this season, as Jensen Anderson checks back into the game for St. Cecilia. 10-4 Bulldogs with 3:24 left in the first, and the second free throw goes for Gustafson. He's got 6 points in this first quarter, 6 of the team's 11.
Really good start here for Osceola.
Daly bounce pass up top to Rossow. They now work it in the right corner. Here's Jensen Anderson. Anderson works it back up top, straight on 3 from Daly. Strong off the back of the iron. Gustafson with a defensive rebound. And now time will be called by the 4 official.
It looked like Kelby New Year got popped in the mouth there, maybe some blood, so they're going to have to go to the bench. Hudson Prososki Jr. comes in.
Prososki, the 5'11 junior, averaging 2 points, 3 rebounds so far per contest.
This is a good kind of pre-Christmas test here for Osceola. They've played 5 games. None of those teams have a winning record yet, so a nice test for them. And then they've got Nebraska Lutheran, who's undefeated, coming up on Tuesday. So big couple of games here before Christmas for the Bulldogs.
Zelazny driving into the paint for Osceola. He kicks it out as they work it around. Here's Gustafson, top of the key, and he traveled. Just took a couple too many steps there for Cale Gustafson. You don't see him make a whole lot of mistakes, but that one will give the Blue Hawks the ball. Graham Daly will inbound this one, and now he'll walk it up the floor for the Blue Hawks. Swings it over in the left corner to Rosno. Now back up top, straight on. They swing it over to Jensen Anderson on the right wing. Work it back up top to Daly. Swings it over Anderson. Now from straight on, they lob this one into the paint, going up strong for the shot. Missing it was Rossau, gets the rebound, kicks it out, straight on three on its way. Strong off the back of the iron for Hayden Daymuth. Now here comes Osceola the other way with Zelosny. Zelosny takes it coast to coast, layup off the glass, too strong, and will get a foul as Gustafson reached over the back. And so Blue Hawks take over with 2:23 left in the first.
Probably want to see Isaiah just slow that down just a little bit, maybe jump stop, let a guy fly by him, and then put it up. And then Kale going in hard is pushing the back there. Really impressed with the defense here from Osceola. Kind of a sagging man, like you see a lot of teams play anymore, and just see if a team can shoot over top of you. So hedging the ball screens a little bit too.
Jensen Anderson kicks it out, finds a nice shot with Rossno, but didn't take the shot. Now working in the paint.
Good move.
Shot off the backboard, little too strong that time. Ball is loose as Daymuth couldn't get his shot to go, but it ends up going out of bounds. Last touched by Osceola, so possession will stay. That was last touched by Braden Santos. So possession to stay with Hastings St. Cecilia's. We'll see a couple substitutions as Quinn Stewart gets ready to check in the game along with Braxton Wiles for the Blue Hawks. Jensen Anderson to inbound to the left of the hoop from our vantage point on the baseline for the Blue Hawks. With just under 2 minutes left to play, they are down by 7. Struggle to find something offensively so far in this one as Quinn Stewart has it, works it on the left wing to Daymuth. Pass cross court, here's Anderson on the right wing, driving inside, going all the way. Left-handed layup, left it a little short, but an offensive rebound. Here's a right wing three, that one again too strong. Another offensive rebound, and a foul will be called as Wiles caught it. He was fouled by Gustafson.
So interesting foul there. That's going to be on Gustafson. Now he's got 2, and so that might change the tide here a little bit for the Blue Hawks. They haven't really rebounded. They have not rebounded very well on the defensive end so far. But, man, St. Cecilia needs to take the lid off the basket here. They can't get anything to go in.
Creighton Stirrup will check into the game for Gustafson. That's one thing he struggled with this year is getting into foul trouble as there's a turnover. Osceola picks it up on the loose ball. Isaiah Zelosny will walk it up the floor with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. On the right wing, they throw it up to Santos. Swing it around to the left wing. Here's Prasowski. Hands it off to Zelosny. Nice pass inside. Here's Santos on the left wing. His hook shot with the right hand left it short. Now the other way. Here goes Jensen Anderson. Anderson walks it up the floor. Bounce pass. They kick it out. Here's Daymuth back up top to Jensen Anderson. And only 4 points in this quarter. Just about 7 minutes in for the Blue Hawks. Trying to find a shot to get some momentum. As Quinn Rossno sends it over in the left wing to Jensen Anderson. Back up top, Rossno. They swing it around. Here's Stewart. Stewart walks into an 11-footer. Leaves it a little bit short. Zelosny with the defensive rebound for Osceola. Just about 45 seconds to play in the first. 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. Here's Hudson Prasowski. He averages 2 points and 3 rebounds per contest. Gets it to Santos. Santos will drive in. Bounce pass. They now hand it off to Zelosny. Zelosny walking into the right block. Throws up a shot. He left it short off the front of the iron. Just under 30 seconds now left to play in the first. Taking a running 6-footer was Braxton Wiles, and he left it short.
Yeah, and he got the foul after he missed it too. Hustle play. St. Cecilia's left a lot of them short. It's interesting sometimes you get in a gym like this that you're not used to playing in, and your depth perception is just a little bit different. And because you don't have, generally all these guys, they got a wall or a stage behind them when they're playing. So just a little bit different. You got to adjust to it a little bit. Maybe extending it up here a little bit and maybe going man-to-man here for St. Cecilia. 20 seconds left.
Osceola will likely hold for the final shot of the quarter with Zelosny. 13 seconds remaining in the corner. Zelosny moves it over on the right wing. Here's Mestel, gets it back to Zelosny. They work it over, right wing three on its way. They left it short, fight for the rebound. Wiles has it for St. Cecilia. He throws it up ahead. Zelosny ends up heaving one, but it would not have been counted. And an interesting first quarter as Osceola. They lead it 11-4 at the end of the first. Second quarter action is just ahead as we bring you the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
This Strive Sports production is brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, Rivals Sports Bar and Grill, and by Pinnacle Bank. We couldn't do it without your support.
John Willis and Tony Chapman back with you on Strive TV for Game 6 of 7 in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic. A competitive first quarter, but Osceola 11-4. They lead at 6 points from Cale Gustafson, and just offensively, the Blue Hawks struggling to find something right now.
I think if you're Coach Jason Zelazny, you're happy with how that first quarter went. You think it could almost even be better. Now back to that 1-3-1. We'll see how they attack it here.
So we'll see a whistle blown from the official down on the baseline.
I think they didn't get the clock started quite right, and so their owners are going to just do it over here and flip it back to 8 minutes. Yep, there they are.
So that was a long 2 seconds if it had been, as they inbound it to Zelazny, and the clock does start as Gustafson catches it on the right elbow. Get it to New Year on the left wing, trying to drive inside, almost loses the ball, gets it out to Zelazny, who steps into a three, and it just grazes the bottom of the net. So St. Cecilia will take over.
Really think if you're Osceola, you want to try to get that ball to Gustafson to help initiate your offense, either on the elbow or down low, because there's so many things he can do with it. Let's see if they can keep playing great defense here.
As here goes Jensen Anderson on the left block, stops, hesitates. His 6-footer was an air ball. Cale Gustafson will work it the other way for Osceola. Gustafson ahead to Zelazny, spinning into the left block, throws up a shot, hits the deck, no foul called as he left it short. And Kalacek will work it the other way.
A lot of contact down there, I thought, John.
As Cooper Butler, he'll be fouled as he goes up near the left block, so now he will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. But you mentioned it, gonna hit the deck over on the other side.
I think, again, if you're St. Cecilia, I think there's opportunity to attack and see if you can draw some fouls, especially with Gustafson playing with 2 fouls. You want to try to see if you can pick that 3rd foul up on him, or go at him and see if he'll let you drive by.
Cooper Butler, his first shot at the free throw line is down and in. So first points in a while. They only scored 4 points in the first quarter, 2 from Anderson, 2 from Kudlacek. As the second free throw from Cooper Butler on its way, and it rims in and out. So Gustafson with the defensive rebound for Osceola. They'll work it the other way from right to left. Gustafson, double teamed, throws it out to New Year. As it works it over to the right wing. Now inside, they kick it out. Zelazny on the left wing, trying to drive inside. He'll be fouled as him and Jensen Anderson both fighting.
So they've brought a little small adjustment here, it looks like, from Coach Zelazny. They brought both their posts up to the elbow here, and they're running Santos in behind. I, again, think they're going to try to initiate it, keep that thing out of the corner best they can.
New Year drives inside, just inside the three-point arc. They now kick it back out, working it around. Here's a straight-on 3 on its way from New Year. It's off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Cooper Butler. They'll push it quickly the other way. Here's Damuth. Damuth stop. Kicks it back. Nice feed inside to Braxton Wiles, who lays it up and in with the right hand off the glass.
A little bit better tempo here from St. Cecilia.
6.5 minutes, and we're going to get a travel. As Zelazny thought he was going to get it called out of bounds off the Blue Hawks, but instead they call a travel, and now here come the Blue Hawks, down by 4. Jensen Anderson will walk this one across the timeline. 3-0. St. Cecilia has outscored Osceola so far, just about a minute and a half into this second quarter. Here's Cooper Butler on the right wing. Butler looking for a screen from Wiles. He now drives inside himself. They'll hand it off to Braxton Wiles. Wiles will swing it over to Damuth, and we will get a timeout with 6:07 remaining in the first half. An 11-7 lead for Osceola as we've been going back and forth here early, and this one put a nice start to the second quarter for St. Cecilia. It seems like they've made a couple adjustments.
Yeah, I think what's really happened is they've kind of extended out that 1-3-1 just a little bit, and then they got obviously a long rebound that led to a quick shot off a rebound. So again, I still think St. Cecilia's got to attack, especially with Gustafson with 2 fouls here. And then if you're Osceola, I really think you're going to have to hit a shot. You're going to have to hit a 3-point shot, or you've got to get penetration from Zelosny so they come up off, and maybe you can open it down to Gustafson or Caleb Peterson off the block. But this 1-3-1 that kind of morphs into a 2-3 a little bit has been pretty effective for St. Cecilia. It's been a while since the Bulldogs have scored.
Quinn Rossno will swing it over to Cooper Butler out of the timeout. They lob this one in for Wiles on the left block, lays it up and in off the glass with the left hand.
They got a mismatch there with Wiles.
Kelby New Year works this one across the timeline now inside. Here's Caleb Peterson. Great find inside. Gustafson lays it up and in, and the foul. He'll head to the line, trying to make it a 3-point play.
So if you'll notice there, they got Peterson low, but he's not all the way out in the corner, so he's really hard to trap. And then there's a back, and then he can hit Caleb Gustafson off the backside. Really good action there from Osceola.
First points of the second quarter for Osceola as well. And Gustafson completes the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point lead. 14-9 Osceola leading this one as Rossno walks this one across. Here's Cooper Butler on the right wing. Now to Demuth. They swing it around quickly to Kudlacek. There's a couple feet outside the left wing now, working it back up top, trying to get a screen from Wiles. He now drives inside. Kudlacek on the left wing. Here's a long jumper from Braxton Wiles. He hits it. That's 6 points in the quarter for the 6'2 junior.
Big lefty heating up just a little.
5:20 and counting remaining in the first half. 3-point lead for Osceola. Swing this one in the left corner. Here's Santos. He loses the ball. It's a turnover picked up by St. Cecilia. They'll work quickly the other way with Hayden Demuth. Takes it coast to coast. His layup is blocked by Gustafson, but now it goes right back to Quinn Rossno, and a foul will be committed by Osceola.
Pretty aggressive play there from Gustafson with 2 fouls, but he got a clean block, and then just bad luck for Isaiah. He fumbled it, and then he ran into the Blue Hawk there for the foul. But way better pace here, it feels like, this second quarter.
Inbound it to Wiles, who hands it off to Rossno, who works on the right wing. Pass in the corner. Here's Butler. Back up top to Rossno, who works on the right wing. He kicks it over, left wing 3. This one to tie it. That one is knocked down by Carson Kudlacek, and we're tied at 14. The Blue Hawks looking much better in this second quarter. As New Year has it a couple feet outside the right wing. Hands it off to Zelosny. Tries to lob it inside for Gustafson. Gustafson on the left block. He's double teamed. Goes up strong with the right hand. Too strong off the backboard. The defensive rebound will go to Cooper Butler. A chance for the Blue Hawks to take the lead. They pass it ahead. Kudlacek on the left wing. Goes all the way. Right-handed layup. Leaves it a little short off the backboard. Gustafson, the defensive rebound. Now he has a weak pass that goes the other way. Another turnover for Osceola, and Quinn Rossno will now slow it down as they did not have numbers. Here's Kudlacek driving inside. Reverse layup with the left hand. Won't quite go off the back of the iron. Zelosny will pass it up ahead. Here's the left corner.
Not where they want it.
Krasowski double teamed in the left corner. Got to find somewhere. He's able to get it out. Now we'll get a timeout. Head coach Jason Zelosny will be a full timeout. 3:47 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 14. This is the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
Well, it's the Holiday Classic edition of the Heartland Hoops event here as we continue on, as we have a nice student section over on the far side singing some Christmas carols in between these timeouts. It's been a fun one so far. We're tied at 14. Blue Hawks look a lot better. They're outscoring Osceola 10-3 so far in the second quarter.
Yeah, a little silent night there from the St. Cecilia ladies. That's pretty good, pretty solid. But you're right, they've picked up the pace a little bit, and they've been able to attack the basket here a little bit better in the second quarter.
Here's Kelby New Year, pass to Zelosny in the left corner, tries to get it into Gustafson. Gustafson going up strong in the post. Nice bounce pass feed, but it's blocked. That time,
great block there.
Hayden Daymuth on the block, and now Daly to work it up the floor for St. Cecilia. Here's Daymuth. Pass over in the corner to Jensen Anderson. Anderson back up top. And this one around with Rosno. Nice feed inside. Now they kick it back out on the left wing. Thought about a three was Daymuth. He did not take it. So they continue to swing it around. There's Jensen Anderson. Daymuth on the left wing. Daymuth to Daly. Daly will now drive inside, spinning into the paint, kicks it out. Daymuth, left corner three on its way. It's short off the front of the iron. Gustafson with a defensive rebound for Osceola. Here's Zelosny quickly the other way. They will now slow things down with Kelby New Year. Just about 2:45 left to play in the first half. Zelosny, pass in the corner, great feed inside. Going up was Caleb Peterson. Might have been partially blocked.
Yeah, really good defense there from Demuth. Just straight up.
So now Rosno on the left wing, driving inside, going up, left-handed layup, just a bit short off the front of the iron. It was tipped out of bounds by Grant Rossow, so the possession arrow, the point, towards Osceola as Braxton Mestel will check into the game.
Another great attack there from St. Cecilia. Man, I'll bet you maybe, what do you think, John? 4, 5, 6 missed layups here in the second quarter.
Zelosny passes this one ahead. Just about 2:20 left in the first half, tied at 14. Here's Kelby New Year on the right wing, and he loses the ball. Another turnover. They throw it ahead to Quinn Rosno. Rosno will take it himself. Left-handed layup off the glass is good. And here come the Blue Hawks. They take a 2-point lead. 16-14 they lead it with just under 2 to play in the second quarter. Trying to get it into Gustafson. It was a nice pass. Nice idea from Mestel.
It's exactly how you want to attack that thing. And then they turn it over. I mean, hopefully they can take that and turn it into a layup next time down. You get the ball in the middle there, cut her in behind them.
Daly will walk this one up the floor for St. Cecilia. They're looking for their 4th win of the season. Here goes Jensen Anderson. Leaves it short off the front of the iron. They kick it out Rosno. Now back to Daly. Tried to throw it inside to Rossow, and he was fouled. That'll be the 6th foul committed by Osceola in the first half. So now for the rest of the half, Blue Hawks will be in the bonus. See, Graham Daly will inbound from the baseline to the right of the hoop. Gets this one into Grant Rossow. They get it to Daymuth. They're swinging it around. Just about a minute and a half left to play in the first half. Here's Daly to Rosno. Rosno working on the left wing. Rosno dribbles with the left hand, kicks it out. Anderson thought about a three. He'll now back out. Swing it over to Daly. Daly spins around, drives into the lane. Great feed inside to Hayden Daymuth, who lays that one up and in. A beautiful pass, and now a 4-point lead for the Blue Hawks. Here's Kelby New Year working straight on. Pass into the left corner. Great feed inside. And we're going to see a travel as Braxton Mestel took a couple too many steps inside. And now Braden Santos as well. As Creighton Stirrup will check into the game for Osceola. Quinn Stewart for St. Cecilia. A minute 4 left in the first half. And Daly will walk this one up the floor for St. Cecilia. Just under a minute now to play in the first half. 4-point lead for the Blue Hawks. Only 3 points total for Osceola in the second quarter. Very similar to how St. Cecilia played in the first, as there's another travel. Grant Rossow traveled with it. So now Osceola takes over with just about 51 seconds left in the first half.
What's really been the case here, it seems to me like in the second quarter, John, is St. Cecilia has kept they've kept Osceola so far away from the basket. Got to get the ball into that free throw line area.
40 seconds remaining in the quarter as now ball is loose. Zelosny trying to get on it. He's able to, gets it to Stirrup, back to Gustafson just inside the right wing arc. Now Gustafson with 28 seconds kicks it in the right corner. Here's New Year driving all the way, and there will be a foul committed by St. Cecilia. I think they're going to get Grant Ross out for that. He's throwing up his hands. With 25 seconds left in the first half.
Osceola really needs a bucket here.
Gone a while without it again, only 3 points in this quarter. Hand it off, little floater from Zelosny, and it was blocked by Rossau. Another nice job defensively by the big 6'3" senior.
Yeah, really good defense there. Straight up, no foul, kept his hands high.
As Cooper Butler will check into the game. Zelosny will inbound from the baseline for Osceola with 20 seconds remaining in the half. Inbound this one to Santos. Now on the right wing, here comes Kelby New Year, just inside the free throw line. You know, get it back. Here's Zelosny driving inside, backing up, trying to work into the right post. They kick it out, Santos, left corner three. Little strong off the right of the iron, and a foul will be committed by Creighton Stirrup, trying to fight for the rebound.
And you can get free throws here.
That's a big foul, as now Blue Hawks have a chance to take a 6-point lead into the break if they can knock these down. A reminder, the first quarter was pretty well controlled by the Bulldogs. They outscored St. Cecilia 11-4 in the first. This game is completely flipped here in the second quarter. As Grant Ross out heading to the free throw line. Then 6 second quarter points from Braxton Wiles. He's played very well for the Blue Hawks here in the quarter. As the first free throw.
Ooh, Bank's open.
Yeah.
Pinnacle Bank logo on the top of our screen here. Keep the bank open, I guess, huh?
It's the first one to go. His second free throw up and good, so a 2-for-2 trip. 4 seconds remain. Let's see if Osceola can get one off. Here's Zelosny walking ahead, hoists up a three, a running three, and it bounces off the backboard and out, and that is the end of the first half. Well, a tale of 2 quarters. St. Cecilia controls the second, and they lead it 20-14 at the break. This is the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
welcome you back to Lynn Farrell Arena here on the campus of Hastings College for half number 2 of Game 6 of 7 between the Osceola Bulldogs and the St. Cecilia Bluehawks. John Willis, Tony Chapman with you on Strive TV. Man, it was a tale of 2 different quarters. Osceola outscores St. Cecilia 11-4 in the first, and then a 16-3 quarter for the Bluehawks in the second. Just 2 different quarters so far in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. You had St. Cecilia really control Osceola offensively, and then they were attacking, get to the basket. And after Osceola, you got Gustafson to the third quarter with only 2 fouls. So hopefully you can be aggressive again and kind of get the mojo back here in the third.
Here's Wiles once
start.
again, a left-handed layup. He had 6 points in the second quarter. He now has 8 in the contest and an 8-point lead, the largest of the game for St. Cecilia. So there goes Kelby New Year. Driving inside, they really struggled offensively in the second. Zelosny will hoist up a right corner 3, and he leaves it too long. Pass up ahead, Jensen Anderson going up,
Might have a timeout here.
And in with the right hand. 4 points for Jensen Anderson. It's a 10-point lead, and like you mentioned, a timeout from head coach Jason Zelosny, as it is a 10-point lead for the Bluehawks as they have come out running and gunning so far here in the second half. 2 points from both Jensen Anderson and Braxton Wiles. Been impressed with Wiles, though. They've really been able to use that mismatch in the paint.
He's done a great job, and what you notice at Coach Zelosny's quick 30 there, and he's getting loud with them, is they just allowed him to cut right in front of him. Like, they didn't even try to, deny the pass. They allow the cutter right in front of their face. It's like simple number 1 rule of playing defense. You can't allow anybody to cut in front of you, and it was just a cut from the weak side, wide open, shoot an 8-footer, and then long rebound is kind of bad luck here. Somebody's going to have to step up for Osceola and make a shot. I mean, they're just – St. Cecilia's zone is packing them in. It's giving 3-point shots on the wing and in the corner, and somebody's going to have to step up and make a bucket.
Here goes Kelby New Year. As you mentioned, they haven't scored since early in the second quarter. As they work this one around, here's Cale Gustafson. Thought about a straight on 3. Now he will take it, and it bounces around and out. Just could not get it to go. Butler is fouled as he moves it up court after the defensive rebound. That one's so close for Cale Gustafson. That would have been a much needed breath of fresh air for Osceola.
What are we doing here, John? I don't know when they last scored in the first quarter, but we're talking 3 points over probably about 10 minutes of game time here for Osceola. Again, matchup zone. They've had a hard time getting cutters in front of it, and just been really good defensive play from St. Cecilia.
Here's Cooper Butler on the right wing, back to Anderson as Bluehawks trying to extend their already 10-point lead, which is the largest by either team so far in the contest. Anderson drives inside, kicks it out. Here's Daymuth back outside Jensen Anderson, and he'll slow it down with just about a minute and a half into this third quarter. Reminder, our nightcap coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. As here goes Jensen Anderson, kicks it in the left corner. Here's a 3 on its way off the right of the iron. Wiles can't get the defensive rebound. It'll go to Kelby New Year of Osceola.
Good look, and you love the patience from St. Cecilia. You got to score this.
They kick it out, Zelosny. Zelosny steps right in the right arc, gets the jumper to go. Like you said, much needed bucket for Osceola. As now quickly the other way goes Daymuth, and will get a blocking foul as Daymuth was able to put it in. Nice play on the other end by Hayden Daymuth.
Just there a little bit late was Caleb Peterson. Got to really rotate out of that make because St. Cecilia got it out quick.
Daymuth, his first shot, he left it short off the front of the iron. Now we'll see if he can knock in the second. Daymuth takes a couple dribbles. His second free throw on its way. It bounces around and out, so an 0 for 2 trip. So Osceola catches a break after the foul. Here comes Kelby New Year, who will work it up the floor. Tries to find it inside. Here's Peterson. Back up New Year. Straight on 3 on its way. And he gets it to go. Kelby New Year, big time bucket.
The shot the defense will, or the pass that defense will give you is to that elbow right there. And so then they can work inside, outside with that. I think full timeout here.
5:48 remaining in the third, 24-19. Osceola getting back in it. This is the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive.
By having good sportsmanship, we recognize the hard work and commitment of all teams participating. How we act when we compete also shows who we are as people.
Sportsmanship is going the extra mile to earn the respect of everyone in attendance.
Sportsmanship shouldn't just be on the court, it should also be in the stands and everywhere you go.
Good sportsmanship makes competing in any event more fun, but it comes from more than just the athlete. It comes from parents and coaches too.
This Strive Sports production is brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, Rivals Sports Bar and Grill, and by Pinnacle Bank. We couldn't do it without your support.
John Willis and Tony Chapman back with you as we're a couple minutes into the third quarter after a 10-point lead for the Blue Hawks. A little 5-0 spurt for Osceola, and they've cut the lead to 5, 24-19.
Curious here to see what St. Cecilia talked about in this timeout, because Osceola's defense is really sagging in man, so they could run a lot of time here if they wanted to.
Get it to Jensen Anderson in the left corner, now back up top, Quinn Rossno. Rossno in the first half, 2 points. Leading scorer has 8 so far, and that's Wiles. As Rossno trying to move it, works it on the right wing, and losing it out of bounds was Cooper Butler.
I think they got a foul on Santos.
5:26 remaining here in the third, and now Jensen Anderson will inbound from the baseline for St. Cecilia. Throw this one into Wiles, who makes the catch in the right corner. And they got it in the corner to Rossno, into Wiles. Wiles again in the post. His left-handed hook shot off the glass goes. Now double digits for Braxton Wiles with 10 points.
True mismatch there. Peterson just has not had any success guarding Wiles.
This ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by St. Cecilia. Checking into the game is Braxton Mestel for Osceola with 5:08 remaining in the third. A 7-point lead for St. Cecilia. This team 3-3, looking for their 4th win of the season. Osceola looking to keep their undefeated season alive. Here's Zelosny in the right corner, pass cross court to Santos. Now back up top, here's Kelby New Year. Now he's double teamed. Bounce pass to Zelosny. Left elbow, now swings it inside Gustafson.
Great pass there.
Can't quite get the layup to go, but he was fouled, so Gustafson will head to the free throw line.
Great pass there from Mestel to Gustafson. Gustafson off a kind of a little back cut from the opposite block. Now this is where when you're down like Osceola is, you got to be able to convert from the free throw line. My bad. I'll be quiet.
He misses the first one short. Gustafson has 9 points so far. He leads his team, but misses the first one just a little short off the front of the iron. His second free throw on its way. Rims in and out. Fight for the rebound, and it will go to the direction of St. Cecilia with Kudlacek. So now Cooper Butler will walk this one up the floor with just about 4.5 to play in the third. Here goes Rossno. Rossno will take it himself. Left-handed layup off the glass was strong, but he was fouled. Quinn Rossno will head to the free throw line.
Great drive there from Rossno.
Been impressive so far. He's been physical. He hasn't necessarily scored a whole lot. 2 points for him, but making some plays for the Blue Hawks in this one. Just about 4.5 to play in the third. Quinn Rossno to the free throw line. Takes a couple dribbles, his first shot up, and it is good. Get a substitution here as Hayden Damuth will check into the game. He'll check out Cooper Butler. Rossno taking a couple dribbles, his second shot from the free throw line. That one is up and good. So a 9-point lead for the Blue Hawks. Just about 4.5 to play here in the third. So Zelosny to Gustafson in the right elbow, trying to jump inside, and he was pushed by Grant Rossow. A lot of fouls early in the third.
Yeah, 6 fouls already, not even halfway through, so going to be a free throw game probably in the fourth quarter.
Zelosny has it in the left corner, tries to throw it into Gustafson. It ends up going off of Graham Daly. Kind of hit him in the back and went out of bounds.
Yeah, so tried getting Gustafson off a back cut there.
Inbound this one to Gustafson. He now drives into the post, trying to back up. Pass cross court, wide open, right corner three from New Year. Just a little strong, but Gustafson, the offensive rebound. Goes back up, puts a shot off the glass and in.
Good strong play there from Cale Gustafson. Osceola needs to get a stop here somehow. They've kind of been playing fouling a little bit. Need to get a stop and a rebound and see if they can get something going.
Mentioned 4 fouls for Osceola so far here in the third. That could be big for them as we go down the stretch as they kick it back out to Daymuth. Swinging around, here's Rossno, top of the key, driving inside, kicks it. Left corner, wide open three on its way. Kudlacek just a little strong.
There they got one.
And now Osceola will bring it the other way with Zelosny. Zelosny bounce pass into the right corner to Santos. Now inside Gustafson. Gustafson backing away, fade away, 7-footer. Gets it to go. Cale Gustafson starting to get hot for Osceola. The lead is cut to 5.
A little bit better there. Now you got to kind of string together some stops here.
Here's Graham Daly. Daly swings it over. Moving the ball around. Here's Kudlacek. Back to Rossno. Nice feed inside, but Rossno got tangled up with Braxton Mestel, who will get charged with the foul. That's now the 5th foul. We're getting close to the bonus, and still 3 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, we talked about a 3-foul quarter, John, to keep this baby on schedule tonight, and we didn't get it, did we?
No.
So we're going to get some free throws in the 4th quarter here. We're going to.
Daly will inbound this one from the baseline. As now we see a foul committed by St. Cecilia as Braxton Wiles pushed New Year. New Year hit the deck. So this will push it the other way. That's now 8 fouls combined between the two teams here in the third.
I kind of almost feel like they should move this game to Duncan Field where St. Cecilia plays football. It's kind of turned a little physical here. So see if we can get see if we can get one team here to play a little stretch without fouling and see if they can, Osceola can get back in it or St. Cecilia maybe extend their lead.
Here's Santos in the left corner. He's trapped. He now goes inside, loses the ball out of bounds, but it'll go off of St. Cecilia. So possession will stay with Osceola. They'll inbound to the left of the hoop. Here's Zelosny to inbound. He lobs it in for Gustafson. Gustafson on the left block goes up strong with the right hand, gets the little floater to go. Gustafson has 6 points in the quarter, 15 on the night, and the lead is cut to 3.
Yeah, I don't know that they have anyone that can match up with him yet.
What a big-time answer from Jensen Anderson, who goes up, is fouled, puts in the layup. We'll go to the line and try to make it a 3-point play after Osceola cut the lead to 3. That's a big-time answer from the Blue Hawks. Anderson is now up to 6 points on the contest, trying to make it 7, and he's able to. So gets the free throw to go. So lead is back to 6. Some breathing room a little bit once again for St. Cecilia. Here's New Year, swings it over to Zelosny, lobs it up for Gustafson, who catches it, lays it in. That was a beautiful pass from Zelosny.
Yeah, there's not many guys that can make that pass. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's great vision.
Rossno now the other way, gonna take it himself, lays it up and in with the right hand. Now these two teams going punch for punch here in the third. Zelosny walks this one up the court. Down by 6, here's Gustafson on the right elbow, but it went off a player's head with Anderson, who now brings it the other way. Anderson layup on the transition, lays that one up and in. Jensen Anderson, what a third quarter he's having with 7 points. Lead is back to 8 for St. Cecilia. Now a foul committed. They will get Jensen Anderson, who pushed Isaiah Zelosny. Now 10 fouls between these two teams. Off the next Osceola foul, there will be bonus shots as there's a missed jumper from Braxton Mestel. Now the other way comes St. Cecilia. Here's Rossno. Nice feed inside to Daly, but it was just swatted out of bounds by the big paw of Gustafson. Minute 39 remaining in the third, an 8-point lead for St. Cecilia. Here's Daly, nice feed inside Anderson. Anderson gets his 4-footer to go off the glass. Jensen Anderson, a 9-point quarter.
Mismatch there too with Anderson on the little guy.
Here's another turnover as Kudlacek picks it up. And now they'll work it the other way. Here's Daly on the right wing. Back to a 10-point lead. Quinn Rosno, right corner three, off the front of the iron. And Kelby New Year will just watch it go out of bounds. Possession will point towards Osceola, but very lucky that shot did not fall as they were able to cut the lead to 5 at one point. Now it's back to 10.
Yeah, had it to 30-25 there when Gustafson got the little alley-oop kind of play, and St. Cecilia's responded well.
So Losney has it in the left wing. He'll step into a long three. It's off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. They'll call a foul.
They're going to get it on 20. Wow.
They'll call it on Braxton Mestel. I think he's thinking the same thing you are. He's kind of confused. And now the Blue Hawks are going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game, as that is the 7th foul here in the third quarter. As Grant Rosso will head to the free throw line.
Our boss, Eric Olga, down there looking at his watch. He knows we're in for a lot of free throws now, the rest of this one.
As Rosso misses the free throw, and he'll get another foul with Rosno on the reach from behind. Both teams are likely going to be in the bonus for pretty much the entire fourth quarter, it looks like.
Yeah, if Osceola is going to get back in this thing, they've got to do it without fouling. They cannot afford to let St. Cecilia shoot free throws in the fourth quarter.
It's a Kelby New Year. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Zelosny from the left wing. It's short off the front of the iron. Zelosny takes it himself once again. Teardropper with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. Gustafson is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. So Kale Gustafson is off to the free throw line with 42 seconds remaining in the third. Gustafson, we've talked about him. He's had a very productive evening so far, but he misses the first free throw. He's got 17 points.
It's his third straight miss free throw, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So, you know, those are ones you got to make.
Quinn Stewart and Hayden Damuth check into the game for St. Cecilia as the second free throw from Gustafson finally ends that cold streak from the free throw line. He now has 9 points here in the third quarter. 9-point game, Blue Hawks over the Bulldogs. Here's Jensen Anderson, a couple feet outside the left wing, swings it in the quarter to Daly. Graham Daly back up to Anderson. They swing it around. Here's Quinn Stewart. Now on the right wing, back up top, Stewart. 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Anderson over to Damuth. And back up top, Anderson. They're going to likely hold for the final shot here of the third quarter, up by 9, as Anderson will wait to start the offensive set. Now he'll start. Anderson will take it himself, going all the way, loses the ball. Ball is loose on the ground. Both teams on it. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Well, Osceola showed some life, but the Blue Hawks were able to pull back away for a bit. After 3, St. Cecilia over Osceola, 37-28. This is the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
Become a new Strive school. Join a community of educators and students. Get access to support, resources, and education. Your fans watch for free, and there's even a new revenue opportunity for your school. Contact sales at strive.tv to sign up your school to become a Strive school.
Ready for fourth quarter action here from the Lynn Farrell Arena here at Hastings College. I'm John Willis, joined alongside Tony Chapman. Been a fun one so far between these two teams. Osceola, they've had moments where it seems like they're going to, pull off a big run to take the lead, but Blue Hawks doing a nice job kind of weathering the storm.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot here, I think, if you're Osceola. So I don't know if St. Cecilia gets to 50. I don't know if they've got enough in them to come back and win this thing. So they've got to try to somehow keep them in the 40s. But to do that, they've got to play without fouling. And then if you play without fouling, Need that one to go down.
As Santos just misses the right corner three. Fight for the rebound. Caleb Peterson was almost able to save it in bounds.
If you play without fouling, then you're kind of backing off, and then if you back off, St. Cecilia can run offense and kind of milk this clock. So kind of be in between of being aggressive, but playing without fouling and seeing if you can get a little comeback here. Maybe some soft pressure off of makes and misses to see if you can speed them up just a little bit.
Here's Braden Santos. Santos to Gustafson on the left wing.
It looks like they've gone man-to-man here. St. Cecilia.
Here goes Santos. Kicks it back out. Here's Kate.
They're face guarding Zelosny. They don't even want him to touch it.
New Year gets it up top. They hand it off back to New Year. Gets a screen, drives inside. Right-handed shot off the glass from the right block goes for Zelosny. That one will go.
Now you need a stop.
So now the lead is cut to 7. You said it. Both teams will be in the bonus for the entirety of the fourth quarter. 7 fouls for Osceola, 6 for the Blue Hawks. Here's Wiles on the left elbow, trying to drive inside, muscle his way into the paint. Can't get the left-handed hook shot to go. Gustafson to work it the other way. Gustafson will take it himself. Now will hesitate, fade away. 11-footer, bounces around and out. Almost got that one to fall. Hayden Damuth with the defensive rebound for St. Cecilia. 7-point lead, 6.5 left to play in the fourth. They'll hand it off to Damuth. Damuth working, he gets it over in the right wing to Cooper Butler. Butler will take it himself, go all the way. Right-handed layup is short. Fight for the rebound, though. It's poked away by Wiles. A nice job. And now a three-pointer from the right wing for Damuth. It was too strong off the back of the iron. Zelosny now quickly the other way. He'll take it himself. Throws up a crazy shot off the backboard. Almost got it to go. Just rims in and out.
I don't think you hate that shot if you're Osceola. I think you want your playmaker taking it to the hole, especially if they're going to play you man. Really surprised they moved a man here. Of course, they don't pay me to coach, but they've been so good in that zone all game.
Cooper Butler will swing it out. They're going to take as much time as they can, limit the possessions here in the fourth quarter with 5.5 left to play in the fourth. 7-point lead for St. Cecilia. Here goes Kudlacek. Fade away 9-footer. Gets that one to go. Carson Kudlacek now 7 points in the contest.
Now they're back in it. Now they're back in the zone now.
Zelosny lobs it up for New Year. New Year, top of the key, looking for somewhere to go. Swings it over. It was tipped by Anderson right back to New Year. Now Gustafson has it on the right wing. Almost loses it, and he does. It's stolen away by Damuth. Here they go the other way. Here's Anderson. Anderson backing up into the right block. Throws up a shot from 3 feet out. Gets that one to fall. Jensen Anderson, 13 points on the contest. We have a timeout from head coach Jason Zelosny. 4:56 remaining in the fourth. 41-30, Blue Hawks on top. This is the Heartland Hoops Classic on Strive TV.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Well, St. Cecilia pulling away here in the fourth. Just under 5 to play. John Willis and Tony Chapman with you on Strive TV. 41-30, St. Cecilia leading this one. It's been a 4-2 start to the fourth quarter in favor of the Blue Hawks, but there's a lot of work for the Bulldogs to do if they want to get back into this one.
Yeah, but it starts with scoring. I mean, you're down 11, so you got to score, and then you got to somehow string it together with a stop. And it looks like they've switched back to the zone here.
Zay Zelosny again lobs it up for Gustafson, and Gustafson loses it. Some nice defense by Anderson. As Quinn Rosno will pass it back out to Jensen Anderson, and now they will take their time with this offensive possession. Just over 4.5 to play in the fourth. 11-point lead for the Blue Hawks, trying to get their fourth win of the season.
Fourth in a row, too.
So the team you mentioned started on threes. There's a travel by Wiles.
Osceola got to stop turning it over.
You mentioned it. This is a St. Cecilia team that started 0-3. And now winners of their last 3, and right now ahead of a very good Osceola Bulldogs team. Zelosny gets it over to New Year. New Year trying to pass it cross court. He does to Santos. Santos tries to lob it in. Ball's loose. Gustafson ends up getting on it. He is going to be fouled.
We got a hold there, I think, on Kudlacek.
Call that one on Carson Kudlacek, and now Gustafson will head to the free throw line with.
Got to make them. Don't really have a choice anymore. Down 11, you got to make these, especially a 1-and-1.
What an evening it's been for Gustafson as well. 18 points in the contest for the junior as Graham Daly will check into the game.
Just hasn't had a lot of help with the zone. They've kind of almost conceded to him when they could, and they've got everybody else covered, and they've really held Isaiah Zelosny in check. That was a good one. Needed that one.
Gustafson gets the first one to fall. He's now got 19 points. Only 4 players have scored in the contest for Osceola, and their next leading scorer has 6 points. A lot of the offense has been on the shoulders of Cale Gustafson as he gets both free throws to go. He now has 20 of his team's 32 points. We will get a timeout with 4:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. The lead is cut to 9, and there's still plenty of time to work with for Osceola, but it's, again, finding offense consistently down the stretch. You got to force some turnovers, obviously. Don't want to foul as the Blue Hawks are in the bonus. There's a lot to think of here for Jason Zelosny's bunch.
Yeah, you wonder here if he's got some soft pressure, if he maybe picks him up a little bit, see if they can get a ball tip, turn it into a quick bucket, to see if they can just speed up, speed up St. Cecilia here just a little bit. Clearly looks like they're going to go with a little 1-2-1-1 look, maybe a 1-2-2. Put Gustafson up at the point of it. They're probably going to try to trap anything that gets toward the sideline.
Jensen Anderson will inbound from the baseline for St. Cecilia with 4:13 remaining in the fourth.
Right where you want him to catch it. Ooh.
Jensen Anderson is just able to spin off the pressure. Daly running up the floor, kicks it back out. And now Kudlacek will slow it back down. He has it on the right wing. Thought about a 3, and he traveled. That's a big mistake, and it gives the Bulldogs the ball back.
Got him moving just a little bit quicker with the pressure, and then didn't settle into their offense really. So, again, now you got to get a bucket.
Zelosny will walk this one up the floor, and he turns it over. Jensen Anderson picks it up on the turnover, lays it up and in with the right hand. Big mistake.
How good has Jensen Anderson been at the top of that zone? So many ball tips.
There's a 3-pointer from the right wing that's short. Gustafson loses it out of bounds. It was poked out by St. Cecilia, so possession will stay with Osceola. But you mentioned it, 15 points for Jensen Anderson, the junior. He has looked really good this evening for St. Cecilia. Zelosny to inbound, trying to find somewhere to go, throws it in to Santos. Here goes New Year, Kelby New Year, top of the key, hands it off Gustafson. Gustafson thought about a 3, now won't take it. Kel Gustafson trying to look for somewhere to go on the right wing. He'll step into a right wing 3, strong off the back of the iron, bounced around and out. Nice defensive rebound by Rossau with under 3:20 to play in the fourth. 11-point lead for St. Cecilia. Get it to the top with Graham Daly. Now over to Carson Kudlacek. Just about 3 minutes left in the fourth. Going to try to take as much time as they can, up 11. Daly being pressured. He throws it into Butler. Butler kicks it out. Here's Anderson. Now back up top, Daly. Playing hot potato with it.
Great pass.
Lob this one in. Rossau spins around and gets the teardropper to go with the right hand. A 13-point lead for the Blue Hawks. Now the other way. Here's New Year. He's trapped. He's able to get it out. Now pass in the left corner. Here's Santos, who heaves up a left corner 3, strong off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. will get a foul on the floor as Caleb Peterson was fouled going up for the rebound. So now it's going to be free throws for Osceola. As we'll get a substitution. Hayden Damuth will check into the game for St. Cecilia. Braxton Mestel will get ready to check in for Osceola. 2:25 to play in the fourth, 13-point lead for St. Cecilia. The free throw bounces around and out. Those are shots you got to knock down by 13.
Yep. St. Cecilia just was better tonight. I mean, they were in this. The zone really caused problems, and
now a foul will be called. There's really not much else you can do here to try to get back into it, but foul. There's now 1-and-1 shots coming. It'll be Cooper Butler to head to the free throw line after the foul. So now if you're the Bulldogs, got to hope for missed free throws. As Butler approaches the free throw line. His first free throw is up, and it is good. Cooper Butler only his second point of the contest, but a big one as the Blue Hawks trying to seal this one. Butler's second free throw up, and good. 2-for-2 trip, he's got 3 points. As Quinn Rosno will check into the game for St. Cecilia. He has 6 points tonight. Zelosny runs this one up the floor. They're going to have to work quickly here. Here's New Year. New Year driving inside on the left elbow. Bounce pass to Zelosny. He'll take a three, and he knocks it down. Well, that's how you got to get it started. Lead is cut to 12. As Osceola fans wanted a travel, but they're able to get this one past midcourt with Quinn Rosno. Rosno takes it himself, goes up strong with the right hand. He's fouled, puts it in off the glass. He'll go to the line and try to make it a 3-point play.
Really attacked. They knew the pressure was coming. They had that timeout with about 4 minutes left. They've really done a good job of attacking it. They were a little scrambled there, but once they get it past midcourt, they've really done a good job of attacking to get layups.
So Rosno will try to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and he knocks it in. And that's now 50 points for the Blue Hawks, just under 2 to play in the fourth. Zelosny passes it to Gustafson. Gustafson streaks inside. Now they swing it out. 3-pointer on its way from New Year. Left it short. Ball bouncing around. Gustafson ends up on it.
Oh, I think they're going to give him the basket there, too.
I think so.
Yep.
So he will go to the line and try to make it a 3-point play. So Osceola still fighting.
Yeah, going to be a little rough here, I think, to get all the way back into it. But
and you mentioned that 50-point mark was kind of where you started to feel like it might be too much for Osceola. As Gustafson at the line trying to complete the 3-point play as his free throw is up. Bounces off the back of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Rosshouse. And now they'll try to work it past midcourt. Hold it for as long as they can before Osceola likely fouls. Here's Quinn Stewart in the left corner.
They might also play straight up here and just see.
In and out to Jensen Anderson. Just under a minute and a half to play in the fourth. 13-point lead. And now they will foul. As Kelby New Year commits the foul. So now free throws coming for Jensen Anderson. Anderson with 15 points already in the contest, leads his team. Kel Gustafson for Osceola leads all scorers with 22. First free throw is up and good from Jensen Anderson. Caleb Peterson checks in the game for Osceola. Quinn Rosno for St. Cecilia with 1:21 left in the fourth. Second free throw on its way. That one is up and good. Jensen Anderson with 6 big fourth quarter points to help keep his team in front as New Year will lose the ball off a turnover and will commit the foul on Kudlacek. And that might be the dagger, the one to really seal this one. as Osceola will likely lose their first game of the season. Carson Kudlacek with 7 points heads to the free throw line for St. Cecilia. His first free throw is up and good.
Pretty impressive 3 quarters here for St. Cecilia. We're at 49 points now. They only had 4 after the end of the first quarter and really kind of settled in and kept their poise and just did a really nice job here to finish this thing out. Really impressive zone. I mean, that zone is a tough nut to crack, but you've got to really be able to execute it and know where all the gaps are. And they did a great job executing that zone tonight.
So Losney hits a left wing 3, and now we'll get a timeout from head coach Jason Zelosny. But again, probably too little, too late with 1:02 remaining in the fourth. A reminder, this is our 6th of 7 games. We have one more game left for you today in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic. Boy, is that one going to be a good one. Amherst and Adams Central, 2 5-0 teams duking it out. That's going to be a good one to end off a great day of hoops.
Yeah, you've got what you really have there, 2 really good coaches, a lot of really good athletes on both teams. And the guy you're going to want to watch for Amherst, Tage Hadwiger, he's a dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how Adams Central guards him, how they're able to play with him. And then they've got a great shooter in Austin Adelung for Amherst. I expect that Coach Zach Foster will have multiple defenses probably dialed up for them. They do a great job of running almost this exact same matchup zone, but they'll extend it even a little bit more. And so that's going to be a really good matchup. Looking forward to it.
A good way to end out what has been a fantastic day of basketball. Again, the big event is coming in February 10th and 11th. 2 games on the 10th. Those will be at GICC, and then the big day of 8 games at the Heartland Event Center as a foul is committed by Caleb Peterson with 43 seconds remaining in the contest.
And the other thing you've got, too, if you're Osceola, okay, how do you learn from this thing, right? So, you know, they're 2 classes down here, and they're going to be really good in the Crossroads Conference. I mean, they're going to be a really good team and a tough out there. But I think if you're Jason Zelosny, you might be just a little bit disappointed with how you played. But again, they'll take this film and see how they can get better, and they're going to need to get another one before Christmas here. It's a pretty good Nebraska Lutheran team.
Nice feed inside to Gustafson. Gustafson is able to put it in off the glass. He is fouled, so he can make it a 3-point play at the line.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Grant Rosso there, just run out of the way. just let him make the layup. The clock will be running, go down. You just got to get out of the way best you can. Now, you're a basketball player and you're competing, so easy for me way up here to say that.
What a performance, though, even in the loss for Cale Gustafson. He's a
good player. He's an all-state caliber player, I believe. Just one shot there. It should be out under now. He's an and 1 there, so.
He's got 25 points now, which is 6 above his season average of 19.
What Osceola needs is you look at the board up there, and down to your board too, John. 37 points for Isaiah and Cale. They need a third wheel. Mm-hmm. They need somebody to come with them. We got a timeout in the backcourt.
We got a timeout from St. Cecilia. Osceola still.
That was pretty close. I think they inbounded at 33.3, so they got almost 10 seconds there. Let's see how long we can make this game last, huh, John?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Good amount of fouls in the contest as well. But I'll give all the teams credit today. For the most part, we have been pretty well on time.
We're going to be pretty close here. It's only 7:42. Hopefully get that other one started by 8:05 at the most. So,
well, with 7 games and you designate an hour 20 basically for it because you need the 20 minutes of warm-up time. They've been getting through these games, so credit to the teams for not necessarily playing quick games, but for staying on schedule today. As we're going to have a pretty on-start time for our late game, but
you don't get that dreaded 3 overtime game to start the day or anything like that. So Tino's got good stuff going on there.
24 seconds remain Osceola trails by 12. This game pretty much in hand. St. Cecilia will improve to 4-3, and the winners of their last 4. They have been on a roll recently. Sometimes all it takes is one win to get the streak started. So they inbound this one to Jensen Anderson. Anderson catches it, sprinting past midcourt. He threw a pass too high, trying to hit Quinn Stewart. It's a turnover. Osceola will take over with 18 seconds left in the 4th. They'll roll this one ahead to Zelosny. Pick it up quickly. Step into a right wing 3. And rims in and out. Taps it out. Zelosny again. 10 seconds. Heaves up a left wing 3. It's off the right of the iron. And it'll go out of bounds with 7 seconds left in the contest.
We're going to let this one get dribbled out here.
What a win this will be for St. Cecilia. You mentioned it. After dropping their first 3, they have now won their last 4. They win it 55-43 over Osceola. It's Osceola's first loss of the season, but against a very good St. Cecilia team. That was a hard-fought game.
Yeah, really pretty good basketball game both ways. Again, I think the difference obviously is that matchup zone from St. Cecilia, and they really could not get anything going around the basket, and then they didn't make any shots. You got to make some shots if you're going to have that too. So, really good job by St. Cecilia. Really good game plan, and they executed it well.
Well, it's a final 55-43. Osceola ends up being led by Cale Gustafson, who finishes with 25 points. Jensen Anderson leads the way for St. Cecilia. He will finish with 17 points. We have one more game, which will come up in just about 20 minutes. Undefeated matchup in our nightcap between Amherst and Adams Central. That is coming up in just about 20 minutes, so stay tuned. For Tony Chapman, I've been John Willis, and you are watching the Heartland Hoops Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep.